Hi everyone, I'm Rachel. I'm the artist that's going to be working with your school on the Bulwell Blossoms project. So we're going to make some paper flowers. You should be given between you and your partner, so the person next to you, a piece of green paper. It might be already used like this. It might be painted newspaper where you can see things through it. Or it might be random offcuts of green paper. The whole project is about environmental issues, so we're trying not to buy new stuff for the project. We're trying to use up old things. So I've painted lots of newspaper, I've got lots of paper from other projects that we're just going to use. You will also be given a piece of coloured paper each. Again, this might be a torn bit of paper that's been painted. It might be newspaper again. This is going to become your flower, the green is going to become your stem. And then I'm going to collect in all of your individual flowers. So there'll be about 400 and something flowers from your school. And I'm going to put them together on 3 big panels that are going to go around your school for Bulwell Arts Festival. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make this now. Here is how we're going to make the flower. You will need the coloured paper that you've been given, class scissors, some kind of pen or pencil, and class glue. So first of all, we're going to make the stem. If you want to, you can turn your paper over, whether it's plain paper on the back or newspaper on the back, and you can draw your stem on the back. If you're going to just do a straight line, make sure you put your drawing right at the edge of the paper. Use this edge. Don't put it right in the middle because someone else might need that. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to use this edge here, and that's going to be my stem. So I'm going to cut that out like this. That's my stem, and I've got loads of room left, loads of paper left. I'm now going to do a leaf. I think I'd like to have a leaf on mine. I'm also remembering that my partner needs to use half of this. So I'm going to do a quick leaf over here, all the way up, all the way down. There we go. So there's lots of room left for my partner to still use for their design. In fact, I'm going to make it bigger than I've drawn because it's quite nice to have big leaves. I'm going to go around my drawing a bit bigger. There we go. So I now have a leaf and a stem that will look a bit like that. The next thing to do is to get your coloured piece. So whatever you've been given, it might be the newspaper, as I say, that's see-through. That's okay, because actually in nature, lots of flowers and leaves have like little veins and little patterns through that you can see if you look really close under a microscope. And actually the further away we are when we look at this artwork, we won't see the writing or the pictures or the adverts. Again, you can turn it over and you can draw your pattern. There's lots of different flower designs. You can choose one. You can have a look on the internet. You could just draw some sketches on some scrap paper. I'm going to go for the typical petal design like this. I'm going to make it as big as I can. So I'm going right to the edge of that piece of paper, right to that edge. There we go. That's my drawing, my outline. I'm going to cut it out with my scissors. You don't have to be accurate. That's okay not to be. If you wanted to, you could cut out each individual petal. Most flowers have 6 petals, so you could cut out 6 pieces of petal shape, sort of teardrop shape from your paper. Or if you and your partner have different coloured paper each, perhaps you'd like to compromise and share, and you could do 3 petals of each colour. So you could share your paper with the person next to you if they agree. That's quite a nice way, and then we get multicoloured flowers. So that's my flower. This is my stem. I'm going to put it here. You can then choose whether you want a sort of yellowy or an orangey middle. If your petals that you've done are yellow, you might want to go for more of an orangey middle. This is the part where the pollen is, where the bees come from. So again, you can turn it over or you can draw on the front. I do find drawing on the back is better because you don't waste it. If you go wrong, you can still use the front because it's not been affected. So drawing on the back is the best way. So I'm going to do a nice big circle like this. There we go. Again, it doesn't have to be an exact circle. I'm going to cut around it. There we go. Before I do any gluing, I always like to arrange it first just to see what it looks like. Not quite like that. Yeah. I might want my leaf up here, or maybe down here, or maybe on this side. I can just decide what I'm going to do, and everyone's flower will be different, which is what I'm really looking forward to seeing. So now you need to glue each part together. It's a bit like a jigsaw that you've made yourself. So I'm going to glue here, glue there, glue the back of this leaf, and stick it all on. So what I'm left with is a flower that I can hold up. It's not quite as big as my hand, but it's fairly big. It's not tiny, tiny. Some children, when they use bits of paper like this, draw a tiny picture on it. Try and go as big as you can, so you've got the biggest flower you can. And then hopefully I'll have, as I say, 400 and something of these flowers to put together to make a huge picture, 3 huge pictures, to go around your school. And you can come and see them during Bulwell Arts Festival week. I'll come and collect these in when you've done them. Save all your bits as well. I always save these offcuts in case someone else wants them. Someone on the next table might say, oh, I want to do petals. Can I cut 2 out of that? Yeah, great. Even the green, they might want to do a leaf that's a different colour. It's a really good idea to save all these bits. You can pop them back to your teacher, who can pop them back in the envelope they came from, and perhaps another class will use them. Thank you very much.